The morning hit us like a slap of cold air. Sharp and unrelenting at 4:30 a.m. frost clung to the mountain trails, and our boots crunched over a brittle carpet of frozen leaves. We weren't here by chance. For weeks, a local shepherd had been sounding the alarm. 2 goats vanished in a single night. Their watering trough, surrounded by hoof marks the size of dinner plates, and eerie grunts echoing from the high ridges. Whatever was stalking these hills was no ordinary predator. This was no job for rookies. We assembled the full team: 4 seasoned hunters, 2 drones rigged with thermal imaging, 3 dogs trained to track and hold their ground, and enough supplies, ammo, food, first aid kits, extra layers for a full day off-grid. Our strategy was clear: push up into the high ridges and cut off the herd before they could slip east into a maze of dense pines and rocky outcrops where pursuit would be impossible. As the sun cracked the horizon, painting the sky in streaks of orange and gray, we spotted them 6, maybe 7 large boars moving through a frost-covered meadow, their breath steaming in the cold. They hadn't seen us yet. The hunt was on. We're just warming up. We advanced cautiously, crouched low, using the thick morning fog to cloak our movements. The dogs were off-leash, noses skimming the ground, silent but laser-focused, their ears twitching at every rustle. The air was sharp with the scent of wet earth and pine. Suddenly, movement stirred in the trees, a heavy grunt followed by a burst of motion. A massive boar, easily 300 pounds, charged past one of the dogs, its tusk glinting in the dawn light. The team split instantly, instincts honed from years in the wild kicking in. I raised my rifle, heart hammering, and waited for the perfect shot. The crack of my rifle shattered the silence, but the shot hit low. The boar stumbled, squealing, but kept charging. Another shot rang out from the left flank, Jake, our sharpshooter, dropping it hard. The forest echoed briefly, then fell silent again. We gathered around the fallen beast, its coarse black hair matted with mud and blood. A bruiser, no question, but not the herd leader. Where there's one like this, 10 more are usually lurking nearby. We exchanged quick glances, no words needed. This was just the scout. The real fight was still ahead. By midday, the wind picked up, carrying the heavy scent of pine and something thicker wild boar musk, pungent and unmistakable. The terrain turned rocky and uneven, a perfect setup for an ambush. We moved in a tight V formation, 2 hunters in front, 2 guarding the rear, eyes scanning every shadow. The dogs began growling, their noses locked on a patch of dense shrubs. Then chaos erupted. A group of boars, 8 or more, exploded from behind the rocks, hooves tearing up the frozen earth. I fired 2 shots, dropping one instantly, its body crumpling into the frost. Jake, positioned on the ridge, took down a second with a clean shot to the neck. But one boar, a lean, aggressive female, charged between us, grazing my leg with a glancing blow that left a dull throb and a bruise I'd feel for days. She vanished down a steep slope, swallowed by the brush. We caught our breath, pulses racing. 4 confirmed kills now, but we knew the largest male, the alpha, was still out there, watching, biding his time. There's more coming, and it's only getting wilder. Around 2 p.m., we deployed the drone, its quiet hum blending with the wind. The thermal imaging lit up our handheld screen like a warning signal. Bright red heat signatures clustered near a dry stream bed where the forest dipped into a narrow valley. This was it. The herd was resting, unaware. We circled wide, moving like ghosts to trap them from 3 sides. Moments like this separate amateurs from professionals. The dogs went in first, barking sharply, hackles raised. The drone fed us real-time footage as the boars scattered, their massive bodies crashing through the underbrush. We fired in sync. 1, 2, 3 shots echoed through the valley. I dropped another, number 5, with a shot to the shoulder. But the rest were faster, smarter, using rocks, fallen logs, and shallow streams to mask their scent. One of them, a massive black brute with tusks like curved daggers, vanished like a ghost. That was the boss. We weren't leaving without him. As afternoon bled into evening, the temperature plummeted and the sky turned a bruised purple. We shifted tactics, no more chasing. That was a losing game in this terrain. We set up bait near a known waterhole, rotting fruit and handfuls of corn, irresistible to a hungry boar. We positioned our blinds, checked our rifles, and settled in to wait. For an hour, nothing but the wind and the distant call of an owl. Then a snap. A low grunt. Silence. My heart was in my throat. Then he emerged, the biggest wild boar I'd ever seen. Thick neck, scars crisscrossing its face, ears torn from countless fights. He stepped into the clearing cautiously, his small eyes glinting in the fading light. He knew. Somehow he knew. I held my breath, lined up the shot, and squeezed the trigger. The rifle kicked against my shoulder. The boar jolted, wounded, but not done. He bolted, crashing through the brush like a freight train. All hell broke loose. The dogs gave chase, barking wildly.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.